Hello, everybody. You are listening to the Mary and Joe Show with Miss Chronic Chronicles. And today we have a fabulous episode with some very fabulous people related to astrology and the astrological mountains we climb. And on our last lovely astrology that we had featured guests Candace, the awesome Witchy Sisters Crafts, and Heather B. and Brennan on YouTube. Well, I have Brennan on YouTube again. Please introduce yourself. Come on up here, friend of ours.
Hello. Y'all know me as Bren, or maybe something worse, but that's a you problem. But I'm Brennan Emerald on IG. Bren on YouTube. I change my name all the time. But I am the Gemini Bren today because that's what it says on my chart.
I was going to say, that's kind of a Gemini thing. I mean, you can't have one, you got to have like choices.
Yes, but I have.
Choices are important. But let's say about this real quick. That chat we had, me and you and the rest of the
Mhm.
gals, the sisters in our crew, that was 90 days ago,
Mhm.
1/28, 2023, and here we are 90 days forward. A lot has changed in your life, including, let me bring on our fabulous guest, Seafowls the Carney. Please say hello to your people, friend.
What's up, y'all? Uh, Everyone already knows it's Seafowls the Carney. Seafowl, yeah, Seafowls underscore the underscore Carney on Instagram. You can find me. I'm around. I pop up all over the place.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about some personal experiences we've had with the charts. We're going to talk about the literal facts. If I sound like a truck driver, you're not hearing wrong. I'm very congested, lung issues today, so bear with the muting. But these two lovely guests I have on today are going to help hold it down, and we're going to share with you guys some of the current energies with the astrology and kind of what we have to look forward to. We gave an analogy in that last episode of the mountain. And in this episode, we're going to do the same. So please, would you like to start it off, Brendan?
Well, it depends on where we're starting off at because if people don't know about the theory of the mountain, it's not anybody's fault because they might have just joined in or what have you. But I had this vision back in November. Mountain climbing is very relevant. It's super strong. It's still going. I think it's going to be an ongoing thing for some time, probably till 2026 at least. But it's back when we've had multiple talks, but it felt like climbing the mountain. I could see again one person ahead of me. I couldn't see the top, but just zombie creatures just trying to grab my ankles. And I was along this astrology, which I'm very passionate about and am very, very, very guided by the stars and the planets. I realized that life is this mountain that we're climbing. And do you have a partner that you're climbing with? Do you have a rock climbing partner? Or are there people trying to climb on top of you? Or are there people trying to pull you down by your ankles? Because nobody starts off at the top of the mountain. That's just not how things work. You don't start off life on the top. If you're sped with sped fed with a silver spoon, that doesn't mean anything to us street kids. So you can be fed with a silver spoon. That doesn't mean anything when you go outside and try to walk to a store that you've never been to because life has different paths, avenues, ways to go. So that mountain is just this. And so many retrogrades, alignments, so on and so forth, awful things. 2023 has been the worst year I can say for me, but I knew it going into it. So I think Miss Chronic can at least vouch for that. I knew it was going to be a tough one.
Oh man, I'm officially, I mean, I have not made any current broadcast conversations, but I'd like to celebrate with the rest of you guys when it actually changes. And Seafowls has went through his own car issues too recently. And so I don't know. I've become a whole mountain in my own of realizing my solutions are right underneath my feet, and the trials and tribulations aren't very hard. They're just a lesson. So if you look at a mountain as a problem and you don't look at it as actually an adventure, there's two ways to look at it. So I feel like coming through this place I don't know, I've always appreciated, like I said, the journey. So astrology for me, I don't look at it as fearful. I honestly look at it as more of connecting the puzzle pieces to where my energies. I'm always intuitively feeling things. That's just my own sense. So I've studied astrology since 2011 or 2010 actually. Um like off and on, and then got really serious with it by 2012 onward. And I don't watch the news, I look into my astrology. So I said that on the last live, and I mean, there's theories, and I like to say, I think on the last live we talked about that. I kind of feel like this particular last 90 days of a journey we've went through felt similar to the story of Alice in Wonderland and a little bit of the Wizard of Oz for me. Like
Yeah,
a
I
long
can.
road, lots of characters.
Yeah, that's well, the maps
Definitely.
come off every 90 days. Remember that every 90 days in the seasons, you
Hmm.
know, that's why 90 Day Fiance, I will say, is the most torturous show in the world because you don't know somebody until 90
Right.
days. Not even know them. You don't even know their quirks until 90 days. So,
There's definitely a lot of characters coming out and being shown. And to piggyback off your vision of climbing the mountain, if you can't tell by looking at my beautiful face here, I take a lot of inspiration from ICP, and in their autobiography, the book Violent J wrote, he talks about a very similar thing about like they knew they wanted to do music and everyone wrote them off as a joke, and they said, well, we don't got a helicopter that's going to fly us to the top of the mountain, aka a record label, to promote them, put money behind them, push them. So what did they do? They laced up their boots and fucking walked to the top of that mountain.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
people don't get to sit on the top of a mountain and call shots, especially if I don't know anything in my personal life. You don't get to call my shots. Nobody's my shot caller. And somebody was trying to pull my stars, and the most precious gift to me, the stars and the planets. It was like I said the other day, the pollution and the fog. I couldn't even see my map anymore. It was getting to that point. But as time did tell, and I said something about it yesterday to those very close to me in a private chat. The fog's lifted now. I can see those stars and planets, and I got my scopes. That constellation is clear as day. So go
And
prove
when you
yourself.
say the current lineup, which I'll bring that page up. I'm sorry if it's a little bit dark, guys, or a little too light. I tried to get the best resources we could. Um, Brennan is knowledge beyond belief. So I want you guys to listen up, pull up a chair, take some notes even. We really encourage it. Um, See how it really affects you personally, knowing where your placements are. People who are in the chat, please let us know your actual magic 3, which would be your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And we can kind of tell you, to the best of our knowledge, what maybe you
Right.
might be challenged by right now. So feel free to add your 2 cents in. This is not Miss Cleo, and I won't charge you a minute. So
No, 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 nothing like that.
head say it.
There's
But yeah, I mean, do you need me to blow this up a little bit bigger? I can't tell
no,
if it's
I've
too
got my
big.
own. I've got
Great.
I know what's going on. Sun's in Gemini. Mercury. Saturn return is what whose Saturn is where? That's what I'm interested in. I know where Cephals is.
Mine's in
Uh,
Scorpio.
me and you and Heather have the same. So
Yeah, I hate that Scorpio.
sun
It likes
is
me to
in
feel
Gemini.
stronger than I
How,
need to be.
how strong is the pull on the sun? Let me see it again.
Oh, should I go back?
Oh no. Well, you
Oh,
can.
you
I just
did
want
it.
to see the degrees.
Oh, it's I thought that was Libra,
Huh?
but that's not Libra. Am I looking
It's
at the
Gemini.
wrong chart?
No.
Sun and it says Sun in Libra.
Sun is
Oh, it is.
Gemini.
I remember that. It said Libra and Taurus. Hold on.
Yeah, sun's in Gemini.
Because that's where it's affecting me personally, and I don't mean to say it, but I was
It's
just
okay.
saying Magic 3. Here we go. Let me bring this up. This isn't very good, though. Share this screen. Can you see it? It says Libra, Venus, and Taurus.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, though. Here, you go ahead. I'll be right
So
back.
the full moon did an eclipse in Scorpio, like the 5th, I think, and it was pretty gnarly. And I don't know if anybody knows about what that means, but uh, May started out with pretty much a full moon, which is like an actual full lunar eclipse moon in Scorpio, which is where my Saturn return is. And I can't go too much into all of that because it would just be a whole nother, thing. But um, I think personally that trying to see those degrees again. The sun is in Gemini, correct?
I
I'm not
believe
sure.
so.
Why is this being weird? It said current. Hold on. We're going over to this.
May 24th. Because I don't
We were
feel like
so
that's
prepped, friends.
no. I'm just trying to break it down the right way. I want to make sure that
Or did
it's
it leave it? You're on the cusp.
me.
No. Hold
We're very
So
professional and we have it all put together.
I found it. You're right. Hate me, everyone.
is it Gemini?
It's
Am
your
I
fault.
It
crazy?
is. You're absolutely correct, and I'm totally losing my mind.
I
Sorry.
was losing
Please
my
go
mind.
on.
I was
I
like,
lost
"Wow."
it. This is
Okay.
congestion. Don't try it on.
Okay. So the sun is in Gemini. Gemini. Mm, I am a Gemini, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily make it either good nor bad. It just went into Gemini on the 21st. So literally the day Gemini started, which is wild. Um, it's unlocking full potential. That's what I see it as. It depends on what your ascending sign is, but me being a Gemini, and my sun is a Gemini as well. Um, just
And
you've
so is
got to
Seafeld,
have
isn't
a
he?
journey to uncover your potential, everybody. That's what this is. And we just got into Gemini on the 21st in the sun. So this is a good opportunity to literally unlock your full potential. Look at your ascending sign, which would be whatever it is, but look to that to kind of see where mm, your challenges are, right? Because
Yes.
Gemini entering a room can bring a lot of excitement and intrigue and charisma, especially with the sun being shiny and bright. But
Yeah, I would think it has to do with your ascendant and your moon because really
correct.
your sun sign, you're going to be that regardless. But the other two can be misinterpreted.
Now, this is why I think that the astrology prediction is so crazy right now because the sun is in Gemini and the moon is in Leo. And that is like very you want to talk about power of the minds. The sun goes down and the moon comes up. You've got no rest for the wicked, let's just say that. You have two very powerful, one sign is very intellectual and one is very coercive, depending. Like there's no rest. I think that's what the problem is, and it just clicked in my brain. Normally, if the sun and the moon are in, a water or an air sign or fire and just some balance, Gemini and Leo is like oil and water to me personally. Um,
That
so I
zero
think that,
degree moon is
yeah,
pretty intense.
exactly. And so when you've got a Gemini sun and a Leo moon, it's not like you have this
Well, it's fire and
amazing,
air.
it's
It's
fire and
gonna
air.
feed
Yeah.
it.
It's going to just fucking, yeah, exactly. And
And
so
so whatever
Mercury,
you're probably anything that you're really, really passionate about or anything that's a trigger is going to be coming right full fledged into your face.
yes. And the good thing is that Mercury is in Taurus, which is some grounding. Um, Venus is in Cancer, not for long, but either way. Mars again in Leo, Jupiter's in Taurus, lots of Saturn, lots of Leo for May, June. Uh, May May is supposed to be about like spring cleaning and then get all that hard work in school out of the way for summertime and those summer babies are made,
I was gonna
normally
say
around.
it's more fertility right now with that Leo.
It
Big
is,
time. Be
but
careful,
it's
people. Use protection.
manipulative. It's manipulative. It's very manipulative because I'll be the first to say it with the sun being in Gemini and the moon being in Leo. That's some shadow babies right there. Just
Yeah,
saying.
that's a fair babies completely.
Right.
Yep.
Um,
Well, think.
that's just
Okay, let's just be real. I could hang out at a party with every single one of these people. I could chill with them.
hmm
Throw an Aquarius or somebody like a Pisces in there right now.
hell no.
I mean, that Pisces is a very low degree if we're talking about the Saturn, and that's an overall. The guy eats the baby. If you know what I'm talking about, the story with Saturn. So
I
it's not a
do.
good thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Should I pull it up so the people don't know what I'm talking about?
It would be appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Eats his
Aquarius,
son. That's what it's
Pisces,
called. Eats his
I'm
uh,
following
son.
you, but I'm sure some
Mercury,
people out there don't know.
Oh,
one more time.
yeah. Here we go.
What'd you say?
Why did Saturn devour his son? I will tell you, folks. Let me bring this up.
What
Hold
did
on
you
one
say,
second.
Chief?
Okay, so why did Saturn devour his son? Saturn, one of the Titans, who once ruled Earth, in Roman mythology, devours the infant child he holds in his arms. According to a prophecy, Saturn would be overthrown by one of his sons. In response, he ate his son as soon as they were born. Sons, as soon as they were born. And so if you think of what's the energy it's holding, it's a Pisces energy. If we know anything about Pisces, they go upstream. They're freaking salmon going upstream, doing the hard work when they don't really need to. It's kind of counterintuitive. No offense to you Pisces out there. I'm just saying you might make things extra hard right now because it's in a Saturn placement too. I would say that, along with the double Leo and the emotional Cancer and the analytical stubborn asses of Taurus. I love you all Tauruses, but it's true. All of that is going to create a environment where you are not going to be able to keep your mouth shut. Period. Nobody is going to be able to keep their mouth shut. And your true, probably more aggressive sides will come out right now, and your sensual sides, because Taurus are lovers and Leos are lovers and Pisces are aliens.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, for real. So it gets kinky up in here.
Well, I like it that
I'm
way.
looking at
So
this
here
here.
we
Hold
go.
on. Let me bring this back up so we can get the real vibes. What you think, Brennan? What's the vibes?
So this
Look at that. I told you, alien sex up in here. I'm saying it like that.
so the
Because think
sun,
about it. It's kinky and angry. That's what it is.
the sun leaving Aries on the 21st, right? And coming into Gemini, that alone is a very big shift, right? It's going to take a really deep emotional turn for Aries. because Aries was the sun sign until the 21st of May. So Aries in general, uh, they will have a lot of deep thought. Contemplation might change their mind with their relationships, or maybe fucks them up, just to be honest. Uh,
Sabotage.
Sabotage, absolutely. Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, uh, some Capricorn.
I was in some cancers. I gotta be real about this. They don't handle these kind of aggressive things. They don't like hostility.
Cancers
They're
are
very like
flighty.
Libras. So
Cancers are a little flighty.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put them in a hot pot. What's gonna happen to a
Boop,
water?
boop.
Steam.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I'm just saying, you've got a watery. Isn't Pisces a water sign? You got two
yes.
water signs, three set water signs. You get two earth signs. That's flooding. If we're going to talk about what it does to each other, and
Hmm.
then
Well, Aries is an air sign, so is Gemini. So it was air replacing air, and
mhm.
Leo is fire, of course. Leo
Probably the
is
only
a.
good thing is the Jupiter and your Uranus right now for and Mercury. Those Taurus are stabilizing.
That's what I was saying earlier. The groundwork is very necessary. Taurus. Anytime I see Taurus in a chart in a pretty tense Sun Moon battle, I'm very grateful for the Taurus. I'm also grateful for Libra and Venus, especially when it is. Um, I don't know what it is, but Scorpio being in anything, that's where my Saturn is, and yours as well, as we know. I have a little Scorpio, and it's just, it's just, I can feel the tension to be had in the future. Let's just say that.
I think Scorpios and Virgos are the most unique, honestly, when it comes to the way they process things, the way they socialize, everything. They're very unique. I mean, I have a
Well, I mean,
lot of Virgo and hold on one time. I'm gonna cough. Hold on.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Sorry, I apologize. I don't want anybody's fucking accidents happening because of me. When you drive into a telephone pole after I
that's
cough.
them
Okay,
problem. Like I said, we're talking about astrology, so if people get offended by the stars, I
right.
that's the you problem.
Hey, it can
Well,
only help you stabilize your own energies. I honestly believe it.
Absolutely.
It's not a curse in any way or astrological sentence, life sentence, okay, by having the chart you do. But it does actually put you more in check with your actual personal accountability for your energies. Are you a hothead? Was it the stars that made you that way? Did you feed into that bullshit? That's where I check my own self as a Libra to not even overanalyze things when it might be in more like analytical placements. And, you
You're
know,
right.
I can sway to one
Astrologically,
side or the other because sometimes I'm a little fucking rough. But that
yeah.
could be a Mars placement or a Scorpio that triggers me because then it puts your Saturn return in check if you have one that's in Scorpio or you know, examples here.
I feel like
I
somebody had put a big, huge blackout curtain on my windows for the last 2 months, and I couldn't see my
yeah,
stars. Like I told you, like I was like, where am I? What is happening? And then
right.
the fog lifted because I don't deal with shot callers or puppet masters or anybody trying to let me look out my telescope. Nobody's going to tell me what to do or how to do it or how to feel or how to look out a window. That's not going to happen. So when I got to see like the whole scope again, I literally last night I was talking to somebody and I said, Mila, little one said, did it rain last night? I said, if it didn't, then I had the worst, best vision ever. She said, I think it did. I said, I hope so because boy, that whatever was happening, I think I like had an out of body experience in a really bad storm last night. The storm
why?
did
So
happen.
You know the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe story? We talked about it a little bit on the last one, but I'm sorry, I go back to childhood stories. And do you know how that takes place on a mountain? On a snowy ass fucking mountain?
Yes.
Do you remember when the closet disappears?
Yes.
And she's fucked. And she has to go through the fucking forest in the snow and the cold. I don't know about you, but Brennan, did you have a little snow? I know me and fucking Seafowls had a goddamn blizzard on another fucking planet. So
Me?
now
Holy
it's
crap.
flooding in fucking Idaho.
Uh,
Oh yeah, it is.
It is. And they've never had this. Ever. Like,
are we
doesn't
talking about
exist. They had
personal
snow on the
stuff?
fucking ground while water was still. Do you know that I've said this through my podcast for the last fucking 3 months? That weirdly enough, I was having hail and rain all the time. That doesn't exist. Temperatures have to. What the fuck is going on?
Are we talking about snow in like life or snow in like for real? Because my
No,
life
for
is finished.
real. But I'm saying that kind of shit goes along with astrologically. Like, things are so weird.
I'm buried in an ice cube and somebody has to find me.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like,
I kind of feel, what is that story? That horrible ass story.
Which one?
The Bone Collector, I think it's called.
Oh, about the little girl?
No, maybe it's not. It's
No, that's
there's a
Lovely
guy
Bone.
in a forest who took people into his like lair and he tortured them, and I think one of them he got away. It was a black guy in the
Hansel and Gretel.
No, but close. Actually, honestly, even the Three Little Bears could be a great analogy of what we've been going on. Like,
Bone Collector
you
has,
settle, you're gonna get the little chair.
Does it have Angelina Jolie?
I think so. It's a creepy ass movie.
Yeah, it is that.
I think it is
It's
called
about
Bone Collector.
a serial murderer.
Yes,
Has
Yeah.
bone like extracted from each victim.
maybe, but he like holds them in like these tombs, and they're not slave. They're like he's displaying them.
He collects little shards of their bones.
Yes, it's gross, not cool.
There's a lot of people that have been doing like real life fictions on movies and stuff lately. That would be
I'll put it like this. The reason I bring that up, particularly, Brennan, is it's like you said, like, I don't know. I've been putting in ideas of like the mask is falling and shit, but let's be real. There are people that don't want other people to change or to grow. And so they'll do everything in their actual life to spoil others. I know you know that from your own personal life. Like, this overexerting effort to make sure nothing changes. What the fuck?
Yeah,
nobody's gonna progress.
You're not allowed to, and you're not allowed to, and you can't, and you can't, and you can't, and you can't, and you won't. It's propaganda. Hello, has not anybody not been listening? Project Propaganda is real. It's real life, real stuff, real things. Now, to the content, depends on the day, but it's people who wear the masks in plain sight, guys. Puppet masters are real. Everywhere. Just like the Love's truck stop we were talking about, Rachel, remember?
See what I did there?
I did.
Oh, the Loves? Yeah. I'm sorry, I got kicked out. Hold on. That was interesting.
The lights were off.
Give me a second, guys.
I don't so you can see the glow.
Did it echo? Are we okay?
I think we're fine.
Okay. It kicked me out and then I had to refresh.
I don't like this whole thing that's happening with controlling other people. I know that there's a lot of masculine energy in the planets and the alignments in the stars, but that does not mean that you take it and become a chauvinist. You take it and become a man and grow and spread your seed the right way. Sow those seeds so they grow.
I've personally seen, if we're going to talk about the analogy of the mountain, I've seen people, and I have spoken to close friends of mine. If you're listening, I say this all love, but You can either be the distractor of yourself or allow others to distract you. Sometimes your own fucking distractions you choose are healthier than allowing others to fucking distract you. So when you focus on what's good for
And
you, like you're not even lying to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't make it make
and I
sense.
think
Yeah.
to piggyback off what Bryn was saying, like I go by the ringmaster and I play with all the masks and stuff, but I'm not. I always make a joke on my podcast that I'm a cult leader because it's hilarious to me that people think they can control anyone else's life. My metaphor with the ringmaster is my life has kind of been crazy. It's kind of been a carnival. So I might as well be in control of my own chaos.
Right.
Oh, I respect that very much. And it's when people take your distraction and chop and screw it, you know what I'm talking about, and then present it to others as gospel.
Yeah,
That's
like
when stuff gets scary.
when
Go ahead.
when music producers chop and screw a beat.
Yes, when music producers chop and screw a beat, but you don't get to chop and screw my words to use them against me because I know my original content and my original verbiage. And that has gone real life. And that's not cool. And to all those out there that keep saying that they have clips or they have this or they have this or they have that, prove it. The stars are in the sky. We can see them. Just because there's clouds doesn't mean they don't exist. Just because there's other things don't mean they don't exist. They're there. They've been there. The
I would
moon comes
rather
out.
I would rather follow the sun, the stars, and the moon, things that have been there for fucking eternity, than I don't know, CNN.
True. But
Amen to that.
people are trying to make astrology like oh you're one of those, and it's like no no no, that's not going to be like an
The
affiliation thing.
church came after the
Correct.
stars. That's what
Absolutely.
we really need to grow. I mean, I don't I want to say it, but I can't say it.
It's
There's so
one.
many snowflakes out in the. Actually, that's a good point that you said earlier.
Go ahead.
Is this an analogy or not? No, you know what? Actually, a snowflake can be a good ass analogy though, because first off, be accountable for your own. What is it? Shelter? Is that the best way to put it? Like if the snowflakes are bothering you, that first off you're letting them. So we walk away inside, shut the door, can't feel the snowflakes. Okay, if the snowflakes accumulate, that is called a landfill of snowflakes. Like, I mean, metaphor wise, we could say it's the Taurus and the Cancer right now, because the Cancer makes you like a pressure cooker and the Pisces makes you, I mean, they're kind of analytical a little bit like a Libra. They
Pisces,
do, they
they
work
can be a
themselves.
voice of reason once they hit a
Sabotage. They
certain
sabotage
age.
themselves all the time. Every fucking one I know.
My dad is a Pisces.
They smell
So
good though, I'll tell you that.
my dad's a Pisces, and it's wild because if you're on that Pisces Aries cusp, whew, water than air. Talk about some steam. And my brother is a
Yes, go ahead.
2030 that, and poor boy. But no, there's too many people being not nice to themselves, and they don't love themselves, and they don't. Let's just put it this way: a lot of people aren't looking to anything, and that's sad. So don't blame anybody that looks to the sun, the moon, the stars for guides when you're looking at nothing but dollars and cents. Dollars and cents don't, like, what does that do? It's nice.
Dollars and cents don't make sense.
No, they don't. You need the stars and the planets and the sky to align to be able to have a path, a love path, a career path, a wealth path. All of those things you have got, again, like I opened, you don't start off at the top of the mountain. It doesn't happen like that. You got to work for it. You got to climb. There's no starting off at the top. I've fallen off my own mountain 1,000 times, hit rock bottom, started climbing again.
Yep.
You got it. There's no perfect climb. You're going to fall. You're going to get scraped. You might go to the bottom. You might have to sit down there for a while until you get AAA. Who knows? But either way, you can't. I'm at the top of the mountain all the time. That's insane. I don't want to learn from you.
If you
Definitely.
are an ant and you see from an ant's point of view, you see the world on a major different view. Just like a wasp, a butterfly, a fucking gorilla, a turtle. All right? All of us see things. Goats, fucking bulls,
Yeah.
fishes. Okay? Whatever you want to put it. Perspective is perspective, all right? There is no butterfly in the astrology chat, but it could be. I straight up think even a Gemini could be a butterfly because they very much metaphor. The metamorphosis. Yeah, but hell yeah.
Self on that.
But I'll just say that also there is different animals when we deal with how a horse is in the same stable with the other bull or the donkey. They all make different sounds, but they all shit the same. We all have assholes and mouths. Okay, most creatures, even bacteria, believe it or not. So if we're going to put it in perspective of what exactly is going on in the chart right now and what we're leading up to, I'll at least say that mountain as a metaphor, it's about perspective. And if you guys can't take accountability for your own behaviors when it comes to who and what you interact with, and if people choose to no longer have any fucking association with you, or if you and yourself decide to cut off ties, that's also healthy. But choose your path because it is a retrograde, and that does mean regroup, retry, redo, renew. It means all the things. And so a lot of the time in this time period, when we come out of it, yes, you went through a whole different dimension of experience in your own current like realities. And if we're going to use the metaphor of the mountain coming up, down, I mean, you could choose to just jump. Some people do that. Okay. And that's your choice. Or you could take a nice adventure, go down in a circle. Or, I mean, there's a staggered approach, there's a throw a roach approach, there's a bring a friend approach. You can do it in all those ways. So you can't really just rely on anyone else but yourself as the core and then stem off of that. Find that direction. I mean, I'll just say, if I could choose to go down a mountain, I'd either go barefoot or with some flip flops. But does that make my fucking adventure easy? No. It's just, I might be in a comfortable zone of what I used to like to do, if you get that metaphor. Now I understand to actually get forward, you might need the right kind of shoes and the right kind of desire to get to the end of the road. So wherever that is, because actually at the bottom of the mountain could be a fucking cesspool of alligators, or it could be a prairie of flowers. What does it look like? I don't know. There's a movie I just watched with my son recently. What was it? Puss in Boots. Have you seen it, guys? The last version of it. It's actually pretty fucking good. And there's a part of it where like different monsters, I think this is the thing he was watching, that they touch the map and everybody's map changes when they are on that journey. It depends on what's inside your soul. And I really think that analogy and the whole perspective of, if you look at an astrology chart of the actual current energies, I don't mean to go on a tangent, Bryn, but I'm sure you can backbone off of this. If you look at it, how are you going to go forward? Or are you going to be angry and spiteful and not actually use it to maybe, I don't know, learn because you're in a retrograde, or you're going to redo and renew and redo it again? That's how it works. And these signs in retrogrades just basically can be polar opposites. So even if you think it isn't going to trigger you, that's why with astrology you should look into it further and learn yourself to understand others. Like, when we're looking at what we're gonna go into, I'm gonna end here, and you guys can please add your input. I don't mean to go on a tangent, but it's the way I feel about it. Mercury and Taurus. Mercury is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like the vibe, the essence. It's not it's more mind based, is it not? So and then
You're
it's
absolutely
entering Gemini. It's that, if we're gonna call it a butterfly, I'll go with that. We're going from a bull to a butterfly, bitches.
right.
Pretty much.
And that's
Well, that's
June, so I'll take it. June 11th? Hell yeah. Go for it.
That's what I'm the way you just spoke, I'm clapping to myself. Like, you have your climb, you reflected, or you figured out
Right.
some things, adjusted your gear, still going. People,
I mean, it's your choice. I would rather
me
probably be the
mountains.
lazy version of put those sandals on and don't wear a hat and get the sunburn and all. But I've come to a point where I'm tired on this mountain from taking halfway down the road, and I've already taped my fucking flip-flops 3 times.
Right.
They're not a fashion statement anymore.
Right. I got you.
Metaphor, guys. I would have to if I had to. I've only done it in New Orleans like that.
Oh God, I walked around.
I lost the flip flop in the French Quarter, and I taped that hoe. I went to Wendy's and I was
found
like, "Got tape?" It worked.
I found it.
But June. Well, okay, let me. And I don't want to keep the room. If you want to say something, C-Files, please put your elbow in there. But sorry, guys. If we're thinking about where we've come from, it's cold, rigid, scary. Where we're going is forceful, encouraged, and pressure cooker. I've had enough. That's what a Cancer is, and a Taurus. And a Leo, get the fuck out the way.
Right.
Pisces,
Well said.
up the stream. I mean, how many times do I need to say that? It means the process isn't fucking easy. And what a lot of people say is that Pluto isn't that important in the chart and that you don't need to worry about how much it affects you. I think that's bullshit, because it's all the dark places that are far away in your closet. So if I think I saw in the chat some people have been purging. I did a yard sale for 2 days and sold like, I think 15 things. I made $62. I'm going to keep updating you guys because that's where my brain's at. Let's just purge. I have to get a new car. It's a reality.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice anymore. The flip-flop has broke.
Yeah. And unfortunately, but fortunately, it's a double-edged sword. Your flip-flop might have broke, but only you get to decide what you're going to do next, how you're going to climb, how you're going to do. Nobody gets to decide what footwear you're going to wear or take your flip-flop off completely. That's just insane. That's kind of where I'm at with all this. No one's going to push me off a mountain or try to tell me how I need to do things or conduct myself.
A Pisces in the mix right now would be the reason that people would be a little bit more calculated. I'll put it like that. Cancer also is going to be a worrywart.
As we like to say on my show, another option is take that flip-flop off and whip it at somebody's head.
Heck yeah. Why can't we play music and have like a moment to honor Hail Dave and to listen to the flip-flop song? I mean, that sucks. Why, YouTube? You're fucking terrible.
I mean, you just have to pause it every like 30 seconds.
Okay, so I'm looking it up. We're doing it. We need the vibes. So go on. I'll be back.
I mean, I'll be honest here. I'm not the most well-versed in astrology. I know.
You can just talk about your experience in life. It doesn't have to be off that.
I was going to say, I know enough to know myself and how things correlate with me and correlations of life experiences lately. And it very much has been, like you were saying, May kind of spring cleaning, getting rid of some of the old tired shit that's just been hanging out in your house, doing nothing, collecting dust, and moving into like summer love and like you were saying in the way of like summer babies, June babies are being made. I look at that as like new new creations, new opportunities, like
Yeah,
reborn.
you're in career mindset, I'm guessing.
I'm on what?
Like you're in the career mindset like of yourself, like your growth, like you like reborn, rebranding, regrouping, redistributing, like revamping.
Um, Definitely, yeah. I'm trying to not not necessarily make a new image for myself per se, but like NCIS enhance the image and make it clearer and
Absolutely. You can remaster it,
better. Yeah, yeah.
digitally
Uh,
remaster it.
yeah. I guess ultimately just like make it a lot clearer, and there was a lot of hazy shit in the background of that image, and now I'm trying to make everything crystal clear. Like this is there's no room for misinterpretation. This is what the picture is. It's a picture of a fucking church, and you can't dispute that.
Right. Just that's awesome. I know that you and I speak a lot on that, and anybody that is in the community that is genuinely interested, like I saw Christina was talking about wanting to figure out her ascending. I'm very passionate about this. I know that him and I and Ms. Chronic, of course, Mary and Joe show, Mary, Mary, can I be blunt? We've talked a lot on astrology, but Vals and I personally have talked on astrology a lot, like daily. So if anybody's interested in certain things, I'm not a master at anything, but I'm very knowledgeable in this. And if you want to know and you're not wasting my time, I will be more than happy to talk to anybody about it.
Well,
And
she
I will say,
asked kind of what
I
it
was,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I will say I was never a fan of like the fucking newspaper horoscope where you read it and it's like the most vague shit. It's like today you're going to see a leaf floating across the street and then you might bump into a person and have a conversation. And it's like, yeah, okay. But at the end of the day, the way we do it, like Bryn was just talking about, uh, we kind of wait until the end of the day and read the charts and kind of see what's going on. And it seems like every day it's like this may happen and this may be a day for change or courage or whatever it may be. And it seems like every day I'm reading it and I'm like, yep, checks out. That happened. Checks out.
Yeah, we look into our like our personal like birth chart horoscopes at the end of the day every day to reflect on the day. So it's not a preconceived notion.
That's what I was just gonna say. I feel like that if you're going to start doing that, that's kind of the way to do it. So you're not going into the day thinking like, "Oh my God, this is a day for change. What's going to happen?" You just kind of reflect and go, "Oh yeah, whatever it was, this happened or that happened."
And make sure like don't make sure if you want to. I never tell people what to do because I'm not that person, but uh my day and his day are completely different even though we're the same sign. My birthday horoscope for the day and his are completely different. So if you're just going off the generic Gemini or Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, all of them, if you want to look into your actual, look at your birthday so that it's a little bit more tailored and go if you have to pay $1 a month to look at something more specific to help you learn, I have astrology audiobooks for days. I have one that's 586 pages and I'm reading it right now. I've been reading it. I told him about it the day I got it. And yeah, just look more into your birthday. And I know that Miss Chronic is excellent at birth charts. I'm pretty good. I can break down the degrees and the nodes and stuff more and the ascendings. But numerology wise, that's, you know who that is. I don't know if I want to say the name. I don't know if she'll get mad at me.
No, you can if you want.
Heather B
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
at
I don't
numerology.
know. My mom got into numerology when she had cancer, which is just a strange, weird time to do it, but she did. And I feel like I just never grasped it because she only talked more about astrology. It was just too short period of her life. I put in the
She
chat period. I mean, chat
is
period. I'm
great.
sorry, guys. I'm so congested. I apologize, everyone. Uh, if you would like to look up your birth chart, there's more like there's 4 different sections on it when you actually uh, do your birth chart, but there'll be a section underneath that will just tell you straightforwardly what everything's in and the degrees. If you guys want to send me a screenshot of that, I can do yours on the next live. You just want to email me and I'll put it in the chat here. And if you're listening on the podcast, feel free to email me. But we can include you in a future live if you're comfortable with that. And I would just need your screenshotted chart and we'll go over it, Brendan and I.
Yeah.
But also I did include in the chat, there's a guy named Rick Levine. He is an older gentleman. Let me show you his channel. He's so intelligent about
Fantastic.
astrology and he goes to conferences. So he is kind of like a professor of astrology. He's a goofy guy, but he's a really great guy. I would check it out.
He's
Most of the
fantastic.
time,
He's
his
like,
videos are long. He used to go like 4 hours at a time. Now he goes about 50 minutes to 2 hours.
I like his
So,
Instagram posts.
oh, I haven't even followed his Instagram,
Oh
but
my God.
Rick Levine, I'm going to tag him in this because he's a great dude. He does definitely give you guys what the meanings are. So if you're learning, it doesn't matter where you're at in your um, level of intelligence on astrology or knowledge. He'll
I
walk you
know.
through it. So
Yeah. Oh my God. I
he's
can't believe you brought him up.
he's a good
He's
guy,
like,
and he's
he's
in
an,
Washington, dude. You should be saying
he's a
hi to him. You should go to a
astrologer.
conference. See,
He's
Fouls?
professional. Yeah. He's in Washington. I
He's in
think,
Washington. He's right by freaking Seattle. He might even be in your area. I'm not sure, but
I know,
he goes to
uh,
a coffee house and he does a live
soul
performance.
food.
Yeah, where is that?
Soul,
You need to Google it right now.
I don't know.
Soul Food Cafe. Where the fuck is that? I don't know. But
Redmond, Washington.
yeah, it's right. Where how far is that from you?
I have no idea.
See, Fouls.
He's probably,
Is
let me,
he
I'll look
asleep
at,
again?
I know
We're
where
gonna
he's
sing
at.
him a lullaby when he does this, you know.
He might be on the, he might be on
Oh,
the,
okay, no problem.
um,
Hold on a second.
here,
I'll be right
I
back,
can
Brennan.
tell you. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
had to cough it out.
It's
All
okay.
right. So Rick Levine's great, but I also want to use this as a metaphor. Are you ready for the fun?
Okay.
Because this is a
Yes.
good metaphor. That flip flop song, even I mean the beginning is what I was thinking about, and it's so true. And I have all the closed captions on. We'll stop it and go. We're not doing the whole song, just the beginning, because it's so fucking great with the milkman part and all that other loveliness. So take it for what it is. If it triggers you, that's your problem, not an us problem. Here it goes. Oh, didn't do it. View tab. Damn. Okay. Maybe. Add to stream. Dot dot dot. Da 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 da. Oh, I have to say immediately. It's so great that there's that perfect little family sitting there from the outside looking in.
Gucci flip flops, fuck it, hit your bitch in massage. This a big watch, diamonds dripping off of the clock. 2 to 6 out, winter time, dropping the top. Give it to that pussy ass, turn this shit up a notch. Gucci flip flop.
Look at the parents looking at each other.
I know
Right.
the guy has a cocktail, the mom has a cigarette.
Have you
the-
ever seen this video, Seafowl?
Yes.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Make a kick rock. This a big clock. Check the wristwatch. Gucci flip flops. Fuck it, hit your bitch in the socks. This a big watch. Diamonds dripping off of the clock. Bad baby got these bitches busting for cash. Do the dash, try to play me, bitch. I'm busting your ass. Lot of gun sounds. Only bust down. Know why these bitches mad? Cause they trash and they fuck. Two fish a boat, a whistle, bitch, and fly as a bird.
Perfect place to stop right there. I had to. Okay, so
The
this
faces.
is what we're not doing, folks. We're not part of that crew. If you want to be that part of that crew, that close your fucking eyes, that's on you, bro.
Yeah,
That's
is.
fucking on you. It's the
perfect.
best analogy in the world. I'm telling
I
you.
hope somebody
Fine.
flips
Be
this
triggered.
right here. I'm
The
gonna
mom
take a
with the
picture.
martini
Doesn't
is
that
so
bomb?
good.
Look at
Like,
the
give me 2
alcohol.
seconds so I can
Look
take
at
a picture
Mr.
of it.
Guys with the spectacles.
I'm the girl looking at the screen.
I'm the bitch in the TV.
Yep.
I'm
The
just
guy in
saying.
the background you can't see yet that's coming to murder them all.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love the
Don't
milkman.
answer the
though.
door.
I love the milkman. Okay, here we go. You ready? Did you get
Yep.
your screenshot, girl?
I did. Let's go.
Okay.
Take a picture, get your issue, bitch, a dime away. Walk in the bank, fuck it up, poking that bitch with a shank, fuck it up. I'm about to look at your bag, make a double back and clear the tab. Gucci flip flops, fuck it, hit your bitch in massage. This a big watch, diamonds dripping off of the clock. 2 to 6 out, winter time, dropping the top. Give it to that pussy ass, turn this shit up a notch. Gucci flip flops, make a kick rock. This a big clock, check the wristwatch. Gucci flip flops, fuck it, hit your bitch in massage. This a big watch, diamonds dripping off for the clock.
I got big guap, pussy young, real rich. 6 cars, 2 houses, and I'm still rich. Think it's sweet, 1 car.
That kid.
Right.
Following. Look at that screen. We never have stopped the video. It says Fashion fucking Nova. Oh,
Yep.
I love this. What a great little. Oh my god.
Not
Look,
sponsored by FashionNova.com.
What'd you say?
methodically put everything I love this. Whoever did the production, it was fabulous on it. But anyway, we're doing this. I don't care if you don't like it. We're doing this. There's messages in here that some people need to take their own damn medicine. Ready?
They won that. Yes.
Car, hit the kill switch. We'll be cool, I ain't worried about your little bitch, nigga. That little chain that you rockin', that's so little to me. Talking shit but want a verse, that's a riddle to me. Come for the bitch if she got a virginity, cause then she gon' really be into me. 250 shots on my rock for the enemies. Put a few holes in his kidney.
Ah, David's favorite. I forgot about him.
Bitch, I am my own mommy, the fuck?
James.
So mom's not home.
Bitch, you just hired me, the fuck? I know I ain't speaking Chinese.
Am I at the right house?
Yeah, bitch, you must had the wrong house. The fuck you got going on? Your ugly ass milk trying to poison me and shit. I don't know where the fuck you got that milk from. Definitely ain't I no fucking cow.
I'm gonna go and come back.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. That's where you need to go. That's what it is. If you want
Round
to see
of
the rest
applause.
of the song, I'm gonna leave it there because it's exactly what we needed. You shut doors in people's faces that fucking bring drama in the milkman's drama. You don't need to
You
make
know what,
babies with
though?
that. You don't need to fucking.
also- Also, why do I relate with the milkman so hard? I'm just a nice guy trying to do my job, and everyone's like, fuck you.
Oh my god.
It's judging books by covers, but here's the thing. Remember, I don't know if I've told everybody, but I know Seafowl saw it with his eyes. A baby bird flew into my house 2 times,
That-
twice. Like, I can't remember the
Oh,
day, but it
no.
happened twice within 30 minutes. Same bird.
Yeah.
The chimney flew. It's been open, I guess. I don't know. Things are going on right now. Chimney is the last thing I'm thinking about. Okay, it's Texas. Like, come on. I'm not thinking about the chimney. This bird flew into the house. I got it. It was a baby. Guess what it was?
I already know, so I'm not gonna.
Either way, I let it out. 30 minutes later, well, some
Was it
very
a crow?
awesome. No,
Okay.
Close.
close. Think of Edgar Allan Poe.
A raven?
Yes,
Yep.
Oh shit.
twice. It didn't come knocking or rapping.
What do you have
It
in your
came-
house? They don't want to get. That's insane.
It was a baby. It was so tiny. I don't know
That's
what happened.
sad.
It came in 2 times. Twice. I was like, what is this? Why? And that's when it was like, don't let them in. They just are coming.
Right.
Seal, hide your kids, hide your keys, hide your wallet, hide your wife. Like, that's what that makes me think about. The roaches are finding ways in. They're
Right.
disguising themselves. They look like the milkman, but they're not. That's
Dude.
what I'm dealing with.
The part where she says, "Bitch, I am my own mom." I relate
That's
with
right.
that on some fucking levels. I
That's-
always have
and
been my own mom.
exactly.
What are you fucking talking about? Tell me
I
what
feel-
to do.
Like the milkman sus, the milk sus, everything sus because the televangelists, the Kenneth Copelands,
Right. And where she
Of the-
says, "Come with your ugly ass to my door."
with your ugly ass. That's right.
That's how I
That's
feel.
right.
Like,
I
what
don't
the
know where
fuck?
that milk came from. It might be poison. Get your
I
ugly
don't need
ass out
any
here.
permission to slam it on your freaking ass. That's how I feel about it. No, for real.
That's what I mean, though. That sometimes the villain is disguised as a milkman, and underneath the milkman is something else. Like they're just coming in my house. They're coming all over my shit. My milkshake brings shit to the yard. Okay, and I don't know. It brings everything: roaches, leeches, birds, freaking angry people. It's just everything you can think of.
I'm sorry. When Seafowls had his live the other day, it wasn't the one I missed, it's the one before it. But I'll be vague about it. You guys can check it out yourself. I felt like everything that you had set up for everybody that had like, basically undermined you.
Yes.
Eat it. Like that's kind of what I thought. Like I don't know how else to put it. That you pretty much proved that being encouraging for these people to show themselves to be
Right.
as fucking dirty as they're gonna be. Like I welcome it. Come on. How bad are you? And the next contestant on the Fucked Up Life is.
Oh, me too. I would much rather know. I would much rather know what side of the fence people are on than have someone playing both sides of the fence and I find out about it later.
Facts. And you know what's even more disgusting about all that? It's like sometimes, like in my how to get away with murder, that show, right? You've got to
Haven't seen
really
it.
plot. Well, either way, you got to really plot to get them right. This was just one breadcrumb put out, and they took the bait was taken. I mean, come on, a breadcrumb, really?
Yeah.
One breadcrumb? Wow, that shows me that universe, don't know yourself at all, and you, Kenneth Copeland, are so paranoid that up is down and down is up and left is right and right is left. I think my opinion on that whole situation is when you're running away from so many things, you forget what you tell people and you forget what you preach and you forget where you're at or you forget where you came from because you forget yourself or you don't know yourself. It's one of the two. And Seafalls, don't you think that's interesting? It's just one breadcrumb. I mean, dang.
Well, I was talking about Hansel and Gretel earlier, and yeah, I mean, people sometimes there's trails of breadcrumbs that get left that lead you to the gingerbread house. Sometimes there's trails of breadcrumbs that lead you to absolutely nowhere, just as a test to who follows them.
And with that comes the term circle jerk. Continue.
I enjoy a circle jerk.
Not that kind. When you're the leader of your own ring in your own organized chaos, that's fine. It's your own circle. But what I'm trying to say is I know my circle. I know myself, and nobody's going to tell me what
Yeah,
I already know.
real quick, babe, you got some feedback coming.
Huh?
Sounds like you're making popcorn.
Sorry, guys. Is it okay? Was everybody hearing us okay? Something sounded crackly. Can you guys
Yeah,
refresh? I don't know who. I couldn't tell who it was.
it sounds like Bryn's making popcorn.
Hey, Brent, come right back. We love
Come
you.
back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is hers. It sounded like I was in an Amazon box.
Well, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, someone may or may not have blown her speaker out the other day. So
Ah, facts.
I don't know if that has something to do with it or not, but
We're gonna be
That
starting an
happened.
Amazon wish list, anti-lawsuit list. Like fucking
Dude.
A, jeez. That's an inside,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
yeah,
The value of the problems.
I'm sure this is 1,000 times better.
Yes, it
Oh, yeah.
is. What happened? Doggy chewed on microphone. That's what it sounded like.
Sure.
Welcome, Witchy.
Hey, Witchy, what's up?
By the way, Cedric's in here too.
What's up, Cedric?
Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry we're monitoring the chat, but
That is one of my soul brothers right there, for real. Cedric, Scoop 23. That's 2332. I don't know. Either way, no, it's 23.
hey, Witchy, are you able to give your Taurus impression of the eerily times? Would you be down to jump up? I'll send you the link if you're down. Let me know. Driving but chilling. I don't know if it's safe then. We're not doing that.
I can't wait until I can't wait until we talk about. I know that we were gonna have like a conversation on. I think we were talking about taboo things, and we were talking about things in relationships and like kink think tanks type things.
Yeah.
And how like some people like things a certain way and other people don't, and they become like a hashtag, me shmoo or whatever.
Yep.
And
Hashtag so am I.
yeah, but
What the hell is it I heard the other day? Somebody I had a conversation with, a business call, was talking about there's literally, and it's real. I did search it. It's fucking real. That there is a blackmail kink.
Mhm.
I can't even believe that.
I don't know.
It's hard for me to understand. Like, you'd want to induce that? What?
I don't know. I know.
And it can go as far as like enslaving someone, blackmail, like yeah, and it's a kink. It's a kink.
Well, I mean, if the other person is consenting, like I said, like there's a big difference
Such a gray
between
line with that, though. If we have
right.
a period of time in our no entrapment,
right?
But then
How does that
choking
play?
can be also, like you were discussing, like one of those. I mean, we're gonna have that conversation on another future.
Right. No.
It is for real something that can really stem off on just a personality trait, or I don't know, potentially a trauma-based
Absolutely.
trigger of
Yes.
kink.
Yes.
You really like it's potentially all kinds, or fine line of mental health issue, needs seeking help. Nobody's helped that person.
Could absolutely.
Like cutting or medical kinks are not Or I even heard about recently, sorry, if you can't handle, click off, trigger warning. I know this isn't the video to chit chat this, but it's here. There's inflation cakes where you literally fucking blow your belly up. What?
Yeah, I don't know about
No.
that. Are you open on this about your lifestyle? Like your
Yeah, I'm okay with talking about the fact that I'm poly, but I'm not a unicorn. So that kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't just
gotcha.
go, I'm not like, trade me out.
No,
Where
no,
can I go
no,
next?
no.
I'm
No,
more like, let's all sleep together in the same bed. I'll make you coffee how you like your coffee. Not everybody
just
likes
don't
that,
just
but I
just
do
don't
find
cuddle with me.
something with that.
Don't cuddle with me.
Big beds are nice. But
That's
again,
where
I don't like snorers, and that's something that's like, you think that that's funny. That's the beginning line.
I know you don't. I know you
I'll
don't.
literally kill someone one day for that. You hear me on YouTube? Can't ever date me. You end up with a snoring problem. We can't even talk.
Better go get that surgery.
Night at Rachel's house.
You're not allowed at Rachel's house. You are not allowed
Totally
at
at a
Rachel's
hotel,
house.
friend. No, I've literally left notes on, like, you know how it works? You stick it under their shirt.
Oh my god, I could totally see that.
I have done
too.
it. I've like done it maybe 4 or 5 times. Like driven away, snuck out in the like Pink Panther mode. Tiny toe, tiny toe, tiny toe. Get the fuck out the house. Yeah, I've done it.
That's so funny. And that's where
and my
also,
son's a snorer because I fucked
well,
up.
that's where signs and what you are and
Can't even
Gemini and whatever and like and you're I'm very interested in that dynamic because I know some friends out there that are also poly and their types of things that they like aren't the same. So I'm very intrigued on that. And I know some of my friends are as well.
Well, what's the number one burning question you have for a real polyamorous going on 6 years? Not going to ever change.
Can maybe somebody in the chat can ask. What is one thing that you have not changed about your lifestyle? Like with me personally, I've changed things I've liked. I've changed my thought process. I've changed a lot. There's some things I have not changed and won't bend on because it's like who I am. Things I enjoy doing. That one thing is something I always will like.
You answer that, T-Files. I don't know. I got to think on that one. The wheels are turning.
I mean, I'm not technically poly, but just as far as things I haven't changed, I guess. Trying to be somewhat vague here, not air out all my dirty laundry.
There's so much of it. One thing won't hurt you.
I would say being incredibly loyal to, like, no matter what happens on the quote unquote kink side of it, at the end of the day, it's not like the lines don't necessarily get blurred. It's like I have that life and like to do all the things I like to do in the bedroom, but then when it's just like me and you, for example, and we're not in that mode per se, there's still a give and take and healthy relationship of two people working together and coming together to create a life that they're both happy with.
Right. That's equals a big thing to me. Like I got blasted for so long and this is allegedly, but not. Better than, better half,
that good book.
better than, or less than, or better half, or ball and chain, or the old I just cannot with that. I want an equal. I want an equal to have a circle of their own. So when we combine circles, think of it this way, it's a bigger circle. And so you can step outside the circle, right? As long as you and your equal are so close that you know whatever happens outside the circle, that circle's still going to be there because it's yours. So the trust
Right.
must be there.
Yeah, I think honesty has never changed for me. Like I don't know, people try to peel back the layers so fucking much to the point that they make themselves paranoid that it turns me off. So that's what happens most
How
of the time.
do you get, and this is astrology. What sign are
Right.
you most attracted to? Just in general, like what
Oh,
normally comes
100%
to you?
Taurus.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Taurus men are too much fun.
Gemini's fall in my lap.
I like Leos, but I know that there's no fucking thing there. But Taurus men, for some reason, are just genuine.
You know
men.
what?
So-
I have to agree because Taurus
Okay.
and Gemini are all I've said. Hey,
That's a good question. I can definitely answer.
Yeah,
hey,
I mean,
that's a good friend of mine there, for real. Like,
I would.
genuinely
I'm not cutting you
asking.
off, so you please feel free to finish your thought, and I will.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
talking
He
for a moment.
genuinely wants you to answer that because
Well, I feel. So this is the question. If you're listening, guys, because you're driving, how do you explain poly to a person who has never heard of it? I would explain it that I'm non-monogamous, so I don't need a title to love someone, and I don't need a contract to stay there. And I think for me and most poly people, because there's so many different versions of poly, I can't explain poly. It's more of a lifestyle where you don't need extra proof to care, and nobody is controlled by anything except their own decision making, and that honesty is what makes the poly relationship work most of the time. That's not for everybody. Some people use it, just like we said, there's all kinds of weird kinks out there as like cockholds in a sense, which if you don't know what that means, do your own research. But there's a poly kind of environment where an extra mate can actually be used to try to test if that relationship is real or not, and that's can be actually very fucking toxic. But some people thrive on that. Some people love each other even more because they saw someone sleep with someone else or they heard about it. And I don't get off on that. I get off on the whole excitement of honesty and transparency. And I would love, and I have felt it, and I've experienced it many times in poly life, that there's this, when a person finds someone else in a poly relationship, you should celebrate that. You should not hold them back, and you should even cry with them or feel excited and ask for an invite if they get married or whatever the fuck. It should
right.
never be about these like little tiny things that you said you were going to do, because that's a job. And I could look for a fucking mate just like a job and decide to leave just like a job and end a contract just like a fucking job. That's what relationships monogamous look to me. So and people take that very insulted and they bring it religious based, and I go back to, I think that even if I stayed with somebody till they were 60 years old and we just stopped loving each other and the truth came forward, not later, it came in the moment. I found someone. I'm talking to someone. I'm sleeping with someone. I'm safe. All those things are what healthy poly relationships are. It's called kitchen table poly or non-monogamous polyamory. And I think it's a beautiful thing, but it's even been salted by religious indoctrinations like polyamorous, or polyamor-ish, ISH, that tends to wishy-wash in what people have been. It's like no different than saying I have mental health, so you must be crazy, where that's a broad scale. That if you're poly, then you must want to cheat. That's a broad scale. There's so many
Yeah,
reasons why
that's
people
insane.
do it. If
So-
someone cares too much about me to the point I feel like smothered, I don't love the same. If they stop loving me the way that they started loving me and it becomes toxic codependency, I have no desire and I'll leave without even telling them.
I like
Period.
that.
That's a fact. So, and I warn my people when I even get in the first relationships of like, hey, we're just seeing what works around here.
But what if it works and they're
If it
cool with
works, then somebody
Mhm.
everybody has to take accountability for their emotions
got
and
it.
communicate and then decide if they're completely fulfilled or if they're just codependent, because poly relationships can become very codependent. I actually am either like almost, I don't know what you call it. I
You
wouldn't say I'm
explain that so
asexual.
well.
I don't think I'm asexual at all. I'm probably
I'm pansexual.
but I don't. That's all confusing to me. So maybe you could talk about that more. But I don't need sex to be happy, and
Yeah.
I do need, but I need it in the whole package. So it needs
Ah.
to be like the first token I took out the box, but then I might take out all the others. And if all the others don't match the tokens, and then I like somebody's asked me, and it can really trigger the people out there. So click off if this is not the conversation for you. But I've had people ask me, what would you do if I found someone better? And I'd say, I'd leave you. And I'd say, I hope you do the same thing too. And they don't know how to handle that. And that's when you know they're monogamish.
Got it.
Monogamous.
I'm the same way, though. I don't have to have that element to have a relationship. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like that
but there's
person's
no
not going to hurt
security
me.
in anything.
No. I don't want to feel like they're going to hurt me. Like, hurt me. Like,
Right.
How do I say it?
Like financial
Shame
relationships, I don't mean to cut you
me.
off, but
Shame
financial
me.
relationships and poly relationships are disgusting to me. That's a business relationship. What the fuck are we doing? Somebody owns a house and the bed with the 8 who I heard about that recently. That's real thing. Some relationships are orgy relationships and I'm like, holy motherfuck.
Well, that's where I mean, like, hurt me. I mean, I don't want to be sabotaged.
Yes.
I don't want to be sabotaged.
Well, that's why you have to have a strong foundation. And at any point a red flag shows up, you wear it like a scarf and you walk into that bitch and you say, I see something. Let me show you.
90 days.
Here's my red scarf of red flags.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
I have a whole guidebook to look through, so.
But I mean, I'll say that it's not the healthiest approach for everyone. And as a mother to one child, I don't know if I had like 3 or 4 kids that I think that this would be the best approach, because everybody's opinions are different. And my son's personal opinion about me even dating is, how could I? That's insulting. I'm the most important thing, and I agree with him. So everybody's on the same page. Like,
got it.
I date in private as a poly person.
Right.
And my son doesn't even know what that means. So
that's right.
Period. That's a fact.
Separate.
That's where it takes accountability, as like there's the you, the them, and then the everybody. The everybody shouldn't have to know about the them, and the you is really important to make sure all that is accountable if you're going to live this fucking lifestyle, because
You have
it's
to know yourself.
very, very toxic if you just think, oh, it's a way to fucking cheat. I don't agree with that. And I don't even speak to people who use my lifestyle to make their lifestyle make sense, to be a fucking cheater. And
Right.
if you're listening and the shoe fucking fits, fucking wear it.
Yeah. The shoe fits. Walk on out or stomp on out or anywhere but in.
Because all you're doing is using other people to hurt other people.
Yep.
And that's not okay.
No, I agree. I'm comfortable enough with myself to if I know something's about to end, like a a formal go to the courthouse type of situation, I will grieve that person and mourn them before they get the chance to dip, because I know they're about to. And then when they dip, it's easy.
I think maybe another thing that, your question's pretty fucking on point to actually put. I mean, look, it's my own traumas, I'll admit it, but I have never changed by being the kind of girl who probably convinces someone to break up with me so it makes it easier. That's not healthy, but it's real.
I
I'm a pusher wayer. I'm like, yep, you'll love it when I'm.
know somebody
It's
like
not
that.
planned out. It's just more so. I just don't do anything I don't want to. Period. I
Right.
don't think anybody should. I don't even encourage those motherfuckers to. And then when they
Yeah.
call me back, which is why I probably, as I said earlier, a lot of people think that there's more to the rose petals and they've ripped apart and tried to figure out the inside. And now they're just degrading the whole purpose. Like,
Yeah.
I've dealt with more liars and cheaters to the point I've like caught them and they're still lying. And it's like, why?
Right. It's like it's the gig's up. You've been
No.
like the
So
lie.
to imagine that in my almost late 30s now, I mean, it'll be soon. In my almost 40s, let's put it like that. I mean, I'm considered a MILF and I'm considered a cougar now being poly, and that's weird as fuck.
Yeah, that is.
But
I
it's
think.
there. It's what it is as being a poly person because you're technically always dating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm technically never completely single, and so I don't ever feel the lack thereof. But I feel like it's exciting in life to see where energy really goes, not because you like made a commitment to just be there, and that can trigger people who are monogamous. So I'm not trying to insult anyone, including you
No.
guys, but some people feel that like it's the contract that they're working towards, and I'm like, that car loan could have fucking, as I put it, that
Absolutely.
car loan could be refinanced, bitch, and it's not pretty.
That's the thing, though. It's like you're talking about your lifestyle and experience, and I know that things and topics in general are trigger warnings, but if you're triggering somebody else, then that's a them problem. Reverting back to, I'm not responsible for your feelings. I'm not responsible for your actions. You don't do things. I don't do things because of somebody else. Okay. Ever. Things they said might have caused me to think deeper and act on, but that's all how I do things. Nobody makes me do anything unless it's a subpoena or something like that. That's different. But besides that, like, nobody's going to make me do anything or make me say or make me feel. That's just
And
not.
You can't make someone love you. You can't make someone care. I think
That's
I learned that in my
odd to
early
me.
20s, like
Yeah.
hard.
even
Hard
then,
painful.
I know,
Right.
like,
Christina, you're awesome.
in the journey of sobriety, a lot of people have like court cases going on, and it's like if you fuck up, you're going back to jail. But at the end of the day, like you may know the consequences. It's still your choice if you go smoke crack or not. You know you're going to go back to jail, but you have to be the one that's like, I don't give a fuck about the courts, the paperwork, anything. I give a fuck about myself, and I'm doing all of this for myself.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know that. And you know that. And you only have to say it once. If it doesn't make sense, that's not your problem. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody out there in the world. Look at where you want to look. The stars and the planets and the moon, they're all there. Just if you want to use it as a guide, awesome. I'm here to give reference. I know the community is, but know who you are. And at the end of the day, birth chart, astrology,
Yeah.
inner self, know yourself.
I also think that the period of time we're in right now for reflection and dating and stuff like that, be careful out there, guys. I don't mean it as like, it's
Shadow.
not really a time, I would say, to meet someone new. And I am only saying that because you may see a totally different balls to the wall version of them that isn't really there when the lights turn out,
And
And
as we speak on this, the bird flew back in the house.
what?
I swear. On everything. Let me
Oh
see.
my goodness.
Oh,
You better take a
yep.
picture. Put that on your
Hold on. He's stuck in the chimney.
I think also when it comes to dating, nobody really. First off, I think we all have to grow out of between your 20s and 30s of needing other people's validation to be with them.
Right.
Okay. Like other people. I'm not talking about the person you're with, but if you're in an abusive relationship and there's bruises and fucking like stab wounds and I don't know, beer bottles thrown, whatever it could be.
If you're
Okay.
if you're being made to feel less than or
Yep.
down about yourself, or
Red
if you do
flag,
this, you're a piece of
scarf.
shit. Like,
Yep. Hold on. I'm going to look for that emoji because there is literally, not an emoji, a meme with the guy who wears the red flag scarf. It's where I heard it a couple years ago. I was like 22. It was the best advice ever told. Because the visual is real. Like, you flaunt that thing. You walk straight to them and ask them. And if they can't prove it to you, ...
Babe,
Yeah.
Heather B said you should shove a pillow or something in your flu.
I'm trying to right now. I literally am. Look, I will. You know what? I'll do this just for y'all. I'm guarding off the fireplace. Ah. See?
That's awesome. I'm jealous of your fireplace.
Well, not really, because it's terrible. Because there's a bird in there. It flew in again.
Right?
Oh, man. You need to put some food out at this point. I think you got a raven friend.
It is. He's not. It's okay. It went back up. Don't worry about it.
No one wants a bird in their fireplace, and you take that.
Well, little people
you
get
will.
scared and come hauling ass and then slip and fall hauling ass to tell you about the bird that once again came back in.
Oh no.
I'm telling you,
I
it's
found
real.
it. I found it. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Hold on.
That's insane.
Oh, man. Hold on. This is a real meme that I found a while ago. Hold on. Command.
Both times this has happened, it's been a really weird, roach-filled day of sabotaging and manipulation.
Hold on.
I agree.
So there's my warning.
Let's see. View stream.
But this time it's stuck because I got the chimney half closed. So it's trying to come in, but it cannot.
You see that shit? That's a real feeling. When you see him, when he comes with his flags all over his fucking neck, people.
Yep.
Telling you, this is the face of red flags. Just remember it. I need to kick scarf.
I'm soaking it in.
I know. Come on. So, honestly, I think what we have to really talk about real quick before we end this is more so, let me bring it up, what we're going to be going into, basically into July. Coming at full circle here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So currently, we're in these transitions. We're leaving all this hard energy. We're going to be going basically into all the way up until September.
August.
Is it
It gets
August?
a
Let's
little
see,
bit.
August 28th. There you go.
Yeah.
Taurus. And it's going to continue this.
Right.
So if you guys want to reference this, it's actually in the description area right now. You can click on the links yourself. And I really do think if there's anything in your chart, once you're looking at it, you can see what might be triggered. So if you've got Jupiter in Taurus or Leo, I don't actually have any of these placements, thank God. But I do have Taurus and Cancer in my chart. So is Seafowls have anything triggering him? Do you know, Seafowls? I mean, Brennan?
A little bit, but it's a lot of negative. Honestly, it's that water that's trying to like water under the bridge, right?
Yeah.
You don't get to pour the water there and say, oh, well, that water, I put that water there. Water's been there. The levels might have fallen and risen, or fallen, yeah, and risen, but the water was there nonetheless. Now, can somebody completely drain your dam? Sure, but that's what the tourist, the ground is for, the levees, if you will, to keep it contained. That term water under the bridge, like, meaning bygones be bygones, that's not a thing anymore. Nobody gets to control the water under your bridge or where and when it flows or goes. You get to make those calls as people, as individuals, as humans, souls. Nobody gets to tell you when your water under the bridge is no longer there or when you get to put more in. That's a you decision. I see so much of that. Just people trying to tell me that I, like as a group, but to individuals, that water under the bridge, we're not doing that anymore, or this fight's over, or you don't deserve this. It's like, no, that's not a you decision. That's a me decision. I was never part of that. You decided to take from me. I never consented to that.
And I will say, if someone is trying to tell you that's water under the bridge, well, my bridge might be 10 miles upstream. That water hasn't gone under my bridge yet.
Right. Facts. Yeah.
Blew your mind,
Lots
huh?
of negative Aquarius, Pisces.
I mean, everybody's going to feel it in some way because it will affect every sign, being just aggressive energies. It means if you have a masculine energy already, naturally, your placements will just be heightened. If it means you are not naturally aggressive, your pussy ass is going to be a little bit of a bomb right now. And everybody might honestly have to watch out because you may say and do things you know normally as like a Cancer energy would pressure cook. Like say some things. So watch yourself. You know, at my point in my Taurus energy, I think that I'm really invoking all those money aspects to it where I'm like, all the answers are underneath my feet. That's
Yes.
literally how I feel about it. Like I'm standing on the answer. I don't even know what that means, but that's
Because
how I feel.
climbing up the mountain, all these things have been trying to grab your feet to pull you off the mountain, when all along, those are your cash grabs. Those are the people that want your spot, want your place, want to be ahead of you, have tried to climb you, grab your ankles. No, no, no. Those are my answers now.
Yep. The ants and what bugs would you suggest, Seafowls and Brennan, that would bite you on a mountain, that would bother you and follow you? Like, what do you think?
Fucking mosquitoes.
Spiders,
Mosquitoes. Ugh,
mosquitoes,
spiders and
gnats,
mosquitoes.
gnats.
Ooh, and I have a huge disdain with fruit flies.
Oh
Me too.
man.
And if we're gonna really do this from a grower's perspective, goddamn root aphids.
Yes. That they're like on your clothes, and the spider mites that are seriously traveling with you. They're
Did
like
you know that
I'm saying it.
spiders, sometimes they're illegal, and like they're being extremely, like there's a market for them. I don't know what the thing is. It's a trafficking thing. I'm not kidding. Like moving stuff around.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
of
think
illegal uh wildlife. I look into all that all the time, and spiders are one of the things.
it's basically like when people try to transport a bunch of weed in like coffee cans or in fruit.
Yes.
Apparently, they're doing that with like spiders and in the pet trade now.
Yep.
Along with what we talk about on these episodes, you know, the trades of things up around there's a few movies we're going to have to talk about where the corridors of your area we talked on the seed episode last time. And hopefully even the next episode that we're going to be chatting about your family's history And I mean, there's a lot to be coming up the next few weeks, I'd say. Even our emoji chat we're going to have, which I think
Oh,
is
I
just gonna
can't
be
wait for
great.
that. I'm so excited.
So if you guys can do me a favor right now in the chat right now, and actually don't do it in the chat because I don't think I have it set so I can see it later. But go into the comment section of this video, or if you're listening on the audio, and put your favorite emojis. You don't need to tell me why, but we're going to have a talk about them because I think it will be fun to kind of what we think means what.
I've
May
learned
mean
so
something
much.
totally different.
I've learned so much in the last 2 months, and I now I use one emoji, like it's my signature emoji because I learned what it is. I'm not telling anybody unless they know who I am. They know what's up.
You'll find out her favorite emoji, or one of them, or one milder favorite.
Yeah. Well, I have
Okay, one
ones for
milder
different
on
people.
the episode. I sound so bad, at least in my own head. I'm sorry, guys. um, honestly, I appreciate you guys giving your input. We are going to continue to touch on astrology in the future. We just were kind of giving you guys an update. So if things feel weird for you, they probably are. And if you are hostile, go take a pep talk to yourself. You know, you're controlling you. And don't try to change others. And change is inevitable.
Growth is
And it is a
optional.
choice, too. So you can hold yourself back with those change, I'm just saying. But do you have any last words, my friends?
Change is inevitable, like you said. Growth is optional. Got to take care of your blood pressure and your blood sugar. Got to lay off the sweets. Take a baby aspirin every day. It's good if you can. Not medical advice, just suggestion. And if you have any questions about anything astrology related, or if you just genuinely want to say what's up, I'm on Instagram, where you can find me pretty frequently. And just be good to yourself, and good things will come. It's a journey.
Definitely. I would say stay true to yourself, stay true to what you believe in and your own convictions, and don't let anybody try to change who and what you are to fit in their little box that they've created. And in the words of the great Robert Doback, don't lose your dinosaur.
I love it. And without, we have to put the love out there, Seafowls. If you would like to check out some of our fun merch, I have to bring this up. Let's just take a nice, long, deep breath, everybody. In and out. And if you're an asshole and you need to fuck yourself, but instead you'd like to turn on a lamp, check out witchysisters.com and all the other merch you can find from Seafowls the Carney. And yeah, turn it on instead of being a dick. Just get yourself a dick lamp.
Facts.
You guys, we'll
Dick
talk
lamp
soon.
and sit on
Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry, say that again, Seafowls?
Buy a dick lamp and sit on it, everybody.
Thank you. That was a lovely advice for the community. Thank you, everybody, for being here and your comments. And also, you can see it on the screen right here. We'll put in starred. We'll be on tomorrow, hopefully, with Ladybug Love. We'll be doing an update with her. And then also, in the next few days, we'll be updating the schedule with the next topics. So look out for that on Instagram. Follow Seafowls Zacardi on his Instagram and his YouTube. I have all that below, as well as Brennan on IG. You can find her there too. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good day, everybody.
Peace out.
Much love, guys.
Bye.